If you want to make your life 3 times easier and your home is so much more organized, you are going to love these weird gadgets. Before we get into today's video, if you want to shop any of the finds I'm going to mention today, just look at the number up on the screen and find the coordinating item down in the description box. But let's get into today's video. So it is almost soup season. Soup season, at least in the Brent household, starts in September. It runs through like March. We love soup here. And I always found that when I was storing soup in the big Tupperware containers, I'd be like, okay, I want a portion of soup. I don't want 50 portions of soup. But when I'm storing them in containers, you can't really just fit one, or you're wasting most of a Tupperware, because Tupperware is like a hot commodity, right? There's a finite number of them in the home because they take up so much space. So I found these super cubes. These are really silly, but actually useful. They're not stupid, kind of like those Stanley ice cup things. This will actually allow you to portion out your soup and store it in cubes. So if you just want to take out one portion of soup and just defrost that and not 5 different portions, you're able to do so. And they are really nice and like malleable, so you can store them really easily and kind of keep it moving. Next up is the Uncrustable maker. So I love Uncrustables. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I know I'm 28, but I love a good peanut butter and jelly. And something about the Uncrustables, just in that shape, without the crust, it just tastes better. But those things are really expensive and you cannot control the ingredients. So I've actually started using this Uncrustable maker. It's under $10. I can choose my own bread. I can choose my own nut butter. So it can be almond butter. It can be sunflower butter. It can be whatever butter you want, whatever jelly you want. If you want to use sugar-free, if you want to use this, if you just want to make it healthier, you can do that, and you can make your Uncrustable and put it in the freezer. I know that like this is not a necessity. None of these things are necessities, but it makes life so much easier and it saves me so much money because Uncrustables take up a lot of space in the freezer. This way you could just make one, kind of keep it moving, and it's gonna save you money at the grocery store if you're shopping for your kids, because buying a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter, and a jar of jelly is way cheaper than the 10 pack of Uncrustables, and you could just freeze your own and really tailor them to your own palate. I am a Stanley aficionado. I just feel like I drink so much water when I have a Stanley, or just like a water bottle. It doesn't have to be a Stanley. And I take my Stanley everywhere. If I'm going to the store, if I'm going to go work in Panero, I'm going to take my Stanley. Well, I love to work and film on the go. And this is actually a phone holder for your Stanley. So you can actually prop your phone in this hook and put it on your Stanley, or really any cup with a handle, which I think is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you're traveling. So when I'm traveling, like I'm sitting in the airport, I have my cup there, and I want to watch TV without maybe having to hold it. I just want to set something in my suitcase. I just clip my phone in there and I can kind of keep it moving. It's such a simple thing, but if you're going to a sports game with your kids and maybe you also want to watch the news while watching them not make any goals at soccer practice, this is a great way to watch TV, look at something else, take a Zoom meeting or something without a tripod, and watch your kids' game. And I've spoken about the Tidy Wrap before, but they can be a little bit pricey and they don't work super well on curved surfaces. Well, I found this set. You get quite a few in the pack, and this will work with any appliance. Most appliances have like a little thing underneath that allows you to wrap the cord around, but I'm far too lazy to wrap and unwrap the cord every single day. I use my Vitamix every single day, but the cord takes up space. It's ugly. So I found this gadget. It saves me so much time because I don't have to wind and unwind. It fits to the curved back of the Vitamix, and it just allows you to store the cord so the cord isn't overflowing, it isn't accidentally in the sink, it isn't spilling over onto the stove, it's not getting dirty. It allows you to have just the right amount of cord plugged in and the rest stored completely flush with the back of your appliance, and it allows you to push your appliance completely back so that you can maintain countertop space and do whatever it is you need to do in your kitchen. Now this is something I think everyone should have, and they kind of went out of fashion and I don't know why. Next up is this XL shoe horn. So my spouse is pregnant, and putting on shoes when pregnant is a very, very difficult thing to do. So I got this XL shoe horn, but I think everyone should have them whether or not you are pregnant. Shoe horns will allow you to put your shoe on with so much ease if it has a back. If it doesn't have a back, you do not need a shoe horn, okay? But this is going to make sure that you're not ruining the backs of your shoes, you're not stepping on the back of them because you can't get your shoes on quickly. It's going to maintain the integrity of your shoes, prevent you from having to bend over, and making sure that you're getting the right size shoe. Whenever I go shoe shopping, especially when it's for leather, you're like, oh, let me size up, something like that. You really don't often need a size up, you just need a shoe horn to get it in. And this is an extra long one so that you don't have to bend down, but I like shoe horn so much that I have a mini one on my keychain and I will take it out and about. You are never, ever gonna catch me without a shoe horn, because I'll be damned if I'm going to step on the back of my shoes. Next, we have these glass coffee cups. Now you're gonna be like, how does this make your life easier? Well, because they come with glass straws. And the beauty of that is glass straws allow more things to come through them, because they're kind of like boba straws. They're a lot more wide, and we are a smoothie drinking family. I make a smoothie every single morning at 5 a.m. And I was putting them in like the little like Starbucks cups or whatever, and it would take forever to drink. It would all get stuck in the straw. It was really hard to clean the straw. It just wasn't a vibe. These cups are amazing, super easy to clean. I can put put them in the dishwasher. I'm not worried about like all of the chemicals from the plastic and all of that good stuff. You can drink a smoothie out of it. If you want to make boba tea, you can drink that out of it. Really, really great. And they have the bamboo lids. And I don't know, they just like look cute and they fit in a cup holder. And I hate, like I love a Stanley, but some of them don't fit super well in a cup holder. And I'm like, okay, how am I gonna take this on the go? And I can do so with these glass mugs. When I discovered these mug stackers, it kind of blew my mind. So this is a rubber mug stacker. I've had acrylic ones before. The acrylic ones are expensive and they get really, really dirty, and therefore you have to take everything down to clean them. But this is like an individual's type of mug stacker. It's rubber, you sit it on the top of your cup, and then you can stack another cup on top of it. It's a great way to get organized, to stack your cups without having to have a whole big contraption in there that you have to kind of maneuver around. This doesn't lead to any wasted space in your cabinetry, so it allows me to stay organized so much better, and it has made for a way quicker like dish putting away situation, because I used to have to like adjust things on the acrylic, get on a ladder, da-da-da-da-da. Now I can just stack these on top of one another, put them in the cabinet, and keep it moving. Peeling garlic is the worst thing ever. I hate peeling garlic. It takes forever. I hate it so much that I do buy the pre-peeled garlic from Whole Foods, even though it's more expensive. But we don't need to waste money anymore because we have this rubber garlic peeler. It's the best one, in my opinion. Of course, you can use your knife and smash the garlic, but I always felt like the knife really digs into my hand. I don't have quite enough force to do so. All you do with this is you stick the garlic in there, you rub it on the countertop, and the shell comes off really, really easily. It just makes peeling garlic so much better, and you don't get all that garlic smell on your hand because you're rubbing it in the rubber. You're not like touching the knife for it to spill it onto you or anything like that. It is amazing. Next up is the Messy Eater Stain Treater. This gets out the very worst stains. I'm one of the people who will do like DIY projects in like my nice clothes, like an idiot. And this does a great job. It's great for kids. It's super non-toxic. You can spray it on your stains. You do a little bit of abrasion. You put it in the washing machine and it's good to go. The real beauty of this is it's compact. You can fit this in your purse and you do not have to worry about it. It's going to travel fine. It's not going to leak. And you're going to make sure that your kids' clothes or your clothes don't have a permanent stain in them. This works way better than a Tide to Go stick in my opinion. And it's a little spray. And since we're talking about Stanleys, as I said, I love Stanley cups, but you can't really throw it in your purse because it's going to leak all over your stuff. It's going to leak on your laptop, your ID, all of your important papers. What are we going to do? Well, we already have the cup. We're not going to go buy a new cup. You don't need a BrewMate. You don't need a this. You don't need a that. You don't need a polar bear. I don't know what they're called, but you don't need that. You can just get a new lid for your Stanley. This lid, it comes with 2 straws, it comes with 2 lids, and it seals itself. So you can flip it upside down, water's not going to spill. So you can literally throw it in your backpack with your laptop, with all your work stuff, and keep it moving. You don't have to carry your cup in your hand. Because like sometimes it's just like really not the time to have a bright pink cup in your hand. You know, you're walking into work or something like that. You just want it stored away. You don't want the drink right now. This is a great way to take it on the go. I also spoke to you already about this clothes brush, but if you haven't seen the video yet, you should subscribe so that you don't miss another one. But this is great for getting velvet to sit perfectly. The really frustrating thing about velvet furniture is that if all the fibers aren't going in the same direction, it looks kind of dirty. I used to go with my hand and like try to get it nice and flat, but it would take forever, and it was really, really contingent upon like whether or not my hand was in like a perfect line, or it still just look awful. This is a blower bristle brush. You just run it along your velvet furniture. It's going to make all the fibers sit in the same direction. It's going to take 30 seconds and your furniture is going to look brand new. This is going to take your velvet furniture from looking dusty and crusty and musty to looking brand new almost immediately. Next, I'm saying this set of 2 underbed shoe storage. So there are lots of different shoe storage containers, and I think like 90% of them don't work. They don't keep you organized and they don't hold enough shoes. Well, these you get a set of 2 in the set for around $20. They each fit 12 pairs of shoes, and if you have big feet, this is the shoe organizer for you. They like used to work at maximum for my feet, and I wear like a 9, a 9.5 on a bad day. Well, what if you have big feet? What if you have a husband? Not that all men have big feet, but you know what I'm trying to say. This can fit like up to like a size 13, in my opinion. It fits shoes super well. It fits my Uggs, it fits my heels. It doesn't fit like my really tall boots, but I'm able to get everything really nice and organized, and it does have like a window top so you can see in there, so you're not just like kind of blindly sticking your hand in there and hoping that you pick out the right shoe. And it has handles on it, so you can just pull it out, take the shoe, and then slide it back in. They stack really easily, and they can just like slide next to one another. This has helped me clear up all of the clutter that I had in the entryway of my home, and it took maybe 30 seconds to put all of my shoes in there. Do you ever lose your remotes? Be honest, it's okay, I'm not gonna judge you. If you lose your remotes, you're gonna love this magnetic remote holder. You get quite a number in the set. You attach the magnet to your remote and then you put the sticky thing on whatever. You can put it on the side of your coffee table. You can put it on a side table. You can put it beside your TV. This is going to make sure you have a designated place for your remote to go so that you're not going to lose it. I know people have boxes, they have bowls, they have this, they have that. You still end up losing the remote. So this allows you to have a designated space. It's magnetic, and this is really good for bedrooms because you can just put it on the side of your nightstand. It's really easy to grab without it taking up that precious countertop space. Have you ever been pulled over? I've only ever been pulled over once, and I actually didn't do anything wrong. I just do have to say that. But whenever you do get pulled over, it's really anxiety producing, and they're like license registration, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'm so stressed. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But whenever that happens, you have to get your license and registration, and looking through your glove compartment through 50 million things, your Chick-fil-A napkins, that is a pain. So I got this car registration holder. It holds all of your stuff. It holds your insurance, your registration, all of the important documents you keep in your car in this folder, so you can really peel it out and just like show it to them when you need to without having to have all of that unnecessary anxiety. It has just helped me stay organized because I put tons of random crap in my glove compartment, papers, receipts, stuff like that. So this is a great way to organize it without putting like a full like file folder in my glove compartment. What do you do about your car change? So I hate when I like go to get my car clean and then I don't have quarters for the vacuum or something like that. Change is something that I feel like it's really hard to keep track of now because due to COVID, like everyone started using kind of like cards and stuff like that. Well, I got this nice little coin collector, and it separates all the coins into quarters, dimes, pennies, nickels, you know, all of the change of the United States of America. And it's really compact. It can sit like in your like middle console in your car, and it's a great way to get your change if you need change for something and organize it and make sure you're not losing it in the bottom of your purse or backpack, because that's what I do, and then I can never ever find my change. When it comes to keeping track of my change in the home though, I have one of these jars. Basically you put your coins in there and it counts the money up. You can see I have upwards of $57 in here, and this is just from loose change I've collected over the years. I love that it counts it, the battery never dies, and it's able to tell all the different types of coins, so you don't have to do any of that hard work. Think of it kind of like a Coinstar at home, but it also doesn't spit out any bills. You do have to take it to a Coinstar to get it processed. And last but certainly not least, we have these rechargeable light bulbs. So these are E26 white bulbs, and they're amazing because you can put light in unexpected places. So you can put it on a coffee table, on a console table without having to worry about cords. So this is a great way to bring a lamp that doesn't work anymore back to life and not have to do any of that cord management, because it can be such a pain. But that's it for today's video. These are weird products, just like random products that I really feel make life so much easier and keep me organized. Let me know what product you bought that was like so random that totally transformed the game for you. I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. And again, if you want to shop any of the products I shared today, just click the links down in the description box or scan this QR code up on the screen, because I will have them all linked right there. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you smash that subscribe button so I can see you next time. But until then, have a beautiful day.